Hi, this is David, your host. You're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy the show. If you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Today, I want to talk about relaxation. I think everybody needs to find a way to relax every now and then. I mean, if you're living in this world, at some point in time, you're going to be stressed. You're going to be stressed out, and you have to find a way to relieve that stress. You have to find a way to relax your nerves, you relax or what have you. Some people find ways to relax, and it's different for everyone. So today, we're going to look at a few ways you can actually relax your nerves or what have you. But for me, I do know there's a lot of times where I'm stressed out or I'm pressed for time or right before a presentation, I am really, really stressing. I'm nervous. But once the presentation is over, actually, before the presentation is over, right into like maybe 1 minute in the presentation, I'm comfortable. But what do we do to relax when even after you've gone through whatever it is that you've gone through and you realize that you're still stressed out? My first tip is you can try meditation, and there's a lot of information on the web on how to meditate and to understand what to do when you meditate. And I think just being quiet and in a good, comfortable position and try to clear your mind. Now, that's easily said than done. To try to clear your mind, make sure that you're in a quiet place, that you don't have a lot of noise or a lot of distractions. That is number one. And I think for some people, and I'm just saying some, and I'm surprised I didn't mention this as number one, and that's to eat sweets or eat chocolate, or some people relieve stress by eating. Some people, and they say if you eat chocolate, that helps relieve stress. I'm not sure how that's done, but we know that chocolate does have some benefits besides making you fat. And I think if you have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, in a nice quiet place, even if you're in outdoors or something like that, in a nice quiet place, and have a cup of tea, or even a cup of coffee. But tea would probably be a whole lot better because they do have certain teas to help relax your nerves and things of that nature. I would say probably my third thing or fourth thing is just close your eyes, and that would almost be like a form of meditation, but you're just closing your eyes and just really focus on one thing, whatever that one thing is. And for me, and I could tell you, I used to close my eyes and picture a calm beach on a sunny day. And what I mean by calm, I'm the only one on the beach, and I'm the only one who hears the waves, the soft flow of the waves. And that actually calms me down. I mean, for whatever calms you down, that's fine. But I do know that even when you're in a lot of pain sometimes, or a sharp pain or a pain that just hits you, or you're about to be, something, you're probably going through something, and you're going to have pain, like the dentist's office, try to picture yourself somewhere else. And sometimes if you have a vivid imagination and your imagination is really strong, you can really not feel a lot of pain. And I'm just saying, that's when I used to be in the dentist's office. Sometimes I have to picture myself somewhere else, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. It depends on how focused you are. And or another way I would probably say is maybe get a massage. I can't remember the last time I had a massage, but I'm quite sure they're very soothing. And getting a massage is definitely in a quiet place. And I know that it can help a tense person. Not only getting a massage will help alleviate the stress, but it will also alleviate the tension that's in your body. And sometimes just by alleviating the tension, it helps alleviate the stress. So that is a good thing to do as well. And some people, you got some people who just pick up a ball and just squeeze it. I've seen this done at a desk. In fact, I used to have one. I seen this done at a desk where you just squeeze that ball and basically it would help not only with alleviating stress, but it also helps to strengthen the muscles. Now, I'm doing this podcast on my phone, so you definitely heard my telephone ring right there. But hey, I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep on going. So the next one I have is now I grew up always with a dog, having animals. And I do know that sometimes that if you're stressed out, you can go play with your dog. You could just sit down by them and you pet them, and that helps alleviate stress. And I can't begin to tell you how fast it does work, especially when your dog is playing with you and you're in a nice quiet place or whatever. You don't have a bunch of distractions. Playing with your dog, I don't know about your cat, but sometimes your dog, I do know, helps alleviate stress. I found that also some things, this is a powerful method right here that I'm going to talk about because I do it quite often. And that is to write down what's stressing you out. And then after you write down what's stressing you out, you want to also write down why it's stressing you out. And then after you write down why it's stressing you out, think about what you can do to alleviate that stress and write those things down. So writing will help you in many areas, not just if you're stressed out, but it'll help you in many areas. Number one, you'll by constantly keeping a journal or something like that, you'll improve your writing skills every single day. Also, writing allows you to reflect and go back to the moment something was bothering you and how you handle it. What did you do to alleviate that stress? Writing is powerful. And then just sitting there and writing about it sometimes without writing anything else, just writing the issue and pondering on that right there through writing will help alleviate the stress. So I'm a big advocate for writing. Second thing is if you want to alleviate a little stress is find a little comedy to watch. Laugh, because you can't be stressed out and laugh at the same time. I guarantee you, if you can get a little laughter in while you're stressed, it'll make you feel a whole lot better. And you could try to find something like your favorite comedy or whatever the case may be. And I know that will actually work. Or for me, sometimes if I'm stressed out, I won't listen to a fast song, but I might throw a little jazz on. I like jazz. Jazz is soothing, but something that I found even more soothing than jazz is classical music. When I can listen to classic music, it helps alleviate stress for me. I don't do it often, but when I do, oh my goodness, it's therapeutic just listening to classical music. Especially with violins, the piano, or something like that. Those instruments work magic for you. So those are some ideas that can help you alleviate stress. Or if you're into exercising, you can go ahead and exercise. That it will definitely help you alleviate a lot of stress too. I remember a long, long time ago, one of my sister's boyfriends was like, "Wow, do you lift weights?" I said, "Only when I'm stressed out." And he said, "Dad, you must be stressed every day." So that goes to show you it does work, and you'll reap some benefits behind it because I was pretty in shape, and I was kind of swollen back then because I had a lot going on in my life. And, when we're young, we think that nobody will probably understand all the things that we're going through. And then when you look back on hindsight, it really wasn't no issue at all. It was just, your adolescence and, things at that time you thought was so overwhelming really was nothing but a drop in a bucket. So that will work. Well, if you want to take a walk with somebody, talk things out, hash it out, that is good, especially if you're stressed out in a relationship and you feel that you could possibly take a walk with that person and try to alleviate a little stress by hashing it out, by talking it out. And sometimes that's a good idea and sometimes not. So you just have to play it by ear on that. And I know some people, some women I know back in the day, they used to use like candles. They used to light a bunch of candles and just sit there and meditate, and that seems to work for them. It just didn't do anything for me, but it worked for them. So those are some ideas that if you're stressed out and you need to alleviate a little stress, try a couple of those ideas that I just mentioned, and it might work for you. Even if you have like different aromas, like essential oils or something like that, that also might work. You could try that, or just go out. How about that? Go out to the club or go out wherever it is. Some people don't even need to go to a club. You could just go out for a brisk walk. You could go out to sightseeing. That's always awesome. It'll help alleviate a little stress. I'm not saying it's going to take away all your stress, but sometimes a distraction might be a good thing. So you still have to come back to whatever is ailing you, whatever the problem is, and hash it out. But, at least if you get away for a few moments and stop thinking about the issue, sometimes you come back to the problem and boom, you find an answer on how to resolve the issue, and you're good to go. So that might be it too. There are a couple of more things that you can do if you're actually stressed out. And some people they get stressed from lack of sleep. So if you are one of those people that get very little sleep, you're probably going to be on edge during the day. So just try to get yourself some more sleep. And I'm just going to say last but not least, what could be a good stress reliever is sex. Yes, there you have it. That is the bombshell right there. And it'll help in not quick sex, slow sex. So you think about that. So my name is Dave, and you're listening to the last podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If you have any topics that you want me to talk about, or you want to get on here with me and talk about one of those topics, let's do it. You can reach me at the last podcast 443 at David Burton. The last podcast 443 at gmail.com. And I look forward to conversing with you, and I want to thank you so much for listening to this podcast. It means the world to me. Just doing this podcast for me is therapeutic enough. So think about that. If you're stressed out, go ahead and start a podcast. Start talking about what you're stressed out about and see who responds, and give you some great ideas. I've had a couple of people respond on this podcast by email, and I'm pretty amazed at some of the questions and answers and good wishes that I've received, and I thank you all. So again, thank you for listening to the last podcast. My name is Dave, and I'm out.